9 is the final gate. 9 months in the womb, cradled in darkness before first breath. 9 is the last number before the cycle resets, the end before the beginning. It does not die, it folds, it loops, it repeats. But numbers are more than just symbols. They are codes, they are laws. They are keys, and 9 holds the master key. 9 whispers in patterns. 9 reveals what should stay hidden. 9 is the mirror between the divine and the damned. Take a name, any name, and multiply it by 9. Jesus, 74 times 9 equals 666. Messiah, 74 times 9 equals 666. Cross, 74 times 9 equals 666. Gospel, 74 times 9 equals 666. Lucifer, 74 times 9 equals 666. The same number, the same marker, the same deception. 9 does not create, it exposes. It drags what is buried to the surface, peeling away flesh and faith, revealing what was always there. 9 is the mirror of the abyss. It is the last step before the fall. He came in his father's name, Yahuwah, but the world does not call him that. The world calls him Jesus, a name that was never his, a name crafted, rewritten, reshaped. They took his name, they took the truth. They took Shua, the cry for salvation, and replaced it. And now they worship an echo, a shell, a false god shaped from the bones of the real one. 9 knows, 9 calls it out. The number of the beast, Hazon 13:18. Let him who has wisdom count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. They have counted, they have multiplied. And what do they find? 9 leads them all back to the same number. This is not coincidence. This is not chance, this is design. And then there is the horse, the silent mockery. In Hebrew, the word Jesus means horse, a lawless steed galloping into the abyss, leading the blind. And yet they follow. The ninefold whisper persists, the clock ticks down. And when the veil is torn, when the true name is spoken once more, who will remain standing? The claim that the name Jesus translates to horse in Hebrew is a misconception. In Hebrew, Jesus is rendered as Yeshua, derivative of Yehoshua, meaning the Lord is salvation. The Hebrew word for horse is sus, which bears no etymological relation to Yeshua. Therefore, the assertion that Jesus means horse in Hebrew is unfounded. In both Jewish and Christian traditions, the Messiah's arrival is symbolized by riding a donkey, representing humility and peace. Zechariah 9 prophesies this event. Behold, your king is coming to you, humble and mounted on a donkey. The New Testament describes Jesus' entry into Jerusalem on a donkey, aligning with this prophecy and emphasizing his role as a peaceful Messiah. The ancients knew. They spoke in whispers, left their warnings in ink and stone. Come out of her, my people, they cried. But who was listening? The Hebrew names tell a different story. Yahuwah, Yahushua, names that carry the breath of the divine, names severed from tongues to erase their power. What remains is a counterfeit, a golden calf cast in letters. Look to Strong's Concordance and the puzzle deepens. Shua meaning salvation, deliverance, a cry for help. And yet, the world speaks of Yeshua instead, a name clipped, defanged. Why? Who changed it, and for what purpose? The scriptures speak of a deception so vast, so complete, that even the elect might be fooled. A false shepherd leading a flock to slaughter. Could it be that the greatest lie was written in gold and bound in leather? The world is a cage. Everything they believe is a lie. The books, the churches, the prayers, their faith, branded with the beast's mark, is a gilded cage, and the gate is 9. 9 holds the key. 9 reveals the exit. 9 is the final warning before the reckoning. The veil is thin, the time is short. And when it tears, when the names are spoken, when the true name is revealed, who will remain? They said the cross was salvation, but the numbers say otherwise. They said the gospel was truth, but the numbers call it a curse. They said Jesus was the name above all names, but 9 proves otherwise. 9 does not create, it exposes. It drags what is buried to the surface, peeling away flesh and faith, revealing what was always there. 9 is the mirror of the abyss. It is the last step before the fall. And they are already falling. They took his name, they took the truth. They took Shua, the cry for salvation, and replaced it. And now they worship an echo, a shell, a forged god shaped from the bones of the real one. And what did he say? I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, him you will receive. John 5:43. And they received him. They built churches in his name. They placed statues of him in gold and stone. They spread his name across the world, and they never realized it was the wrong name. 9 knows, 9 calls it out, and the time is almost up. Hazon 13:18. Let him who has wisdom count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. They have counted, they have multiplied, and what do they find? Jesus, 666. Messiah, 666. Gospel, 666. Holy Bible, 666. Every sacred thing they hold dear marked, every name they pray to tainted. They thought the beast would come with fire and war. They thought he would wear horns and rise from the ashes. But they never expected this. The beast has been here all along. They worship him. They call on his name every day. They wear his mark in their minds, in their words, in their prayers. They kneel at the feet of the deceiver, and they do not even know it. Yahushua was never meant to be called by another name. The world erased him, reshaped him, and placed a new name upon their lips. They took Shua, the cry for help, and silenced it. And now, when the great reckoning comes, when the veil tears open and the false ones are called to account, he will say to them, I never knew you. They will cry out, they will beg, they will point to their churches, their prayers, their sacred texts, and he will turn from them. The ninefold curse is real, the numbers have always been there, and the time is running out. The world worships at the altar of a counterfeit Christ, a name that was never his, a name that never should have been spoken. Jesus, a construct, a fabrication, a lie, because he came in his Father's name, Yahuwah. He walked among them unknown. The prophets knew. They carried the name Matithyahu, Yirmiyahu, Eliyahu, but then the Greco-Roman blade cut it away. They turned him into something else, something unholy. They made him their own. They kneeled to a name that was never meant to be. They pray to a God they do not understand. They recite a scripture filled with hidden venom, words laced with something ancient, something wrong, and the beast laughs. This is the playground of the adversary. This is the kingdom of the lie. This is the strong delusion, so vast, so intricate that even the chosen are ensnared. The world is a cage. Everything they believe is a lie. The books, the churches, the prayers. Their faith, branded with the beast's mark, is a gilded cage. And the gate is 9. 9 holds the key, 9 reveals the exit. 9 is the final warning before the reckoning. The veil is thin, the time is short. And when it tears, when the names are spoken, when the true name is revealed, who will remain? Who will see the truth before it is too late? The ninefold curse is real, the numbers have always been there, and the reckoning has already begun.